What is up, my friends? You are very welcome along to this late night recap here on Anfield Agenda. As always, I'm going to go through the main topics that we spoke about in tonight's late night agenda, with a view to, of course, asking you guys to let us know your thoughts in the comment section. Drop a like in the video if you enjoy it, and of course, we would love you to hit that subscribe button. We don't think we're going to be streaming live tomorrow, but we will have a couple of videos coming out. The preview's coming out tomorrow morning, and I'll record a news video in the evening as well. But we will be back live streaming for that game against Real Madrid, starting here from 6:45. Until then, let's get stuck into the news today, and of course, the big topic to get cracking with is the Mohamed Salah report from earlier on, or the interview that he gave earlier on, where he basically said that as of yet, he hasn't received an offer from the club. Actually, I don't want to put words in the man's mouth, so I'm going to read the words that he said himself. So he said, of course, I'm not going to retire soon, so I'm just playing, focusing on the season, and I'm trying to win the Premier League and hopefully the Champions League as well. I'm disappointed, but we'll see. He also said, we're almost in December and I haven't received any offers yet to stay in the club. I'm probably more out than in. You know, I've been in the club for many years. There is no club like this, but in the end, it's not in my hands. Now, this has, of course, provoked a reaction from many Liverpool fans, and rightly so. But it's also provoked reactions from the media and some journalists. And I'm going to read you through one particular post from Melissa Reddy that I think summarises it all very, very well. Melissa is obviously a great journalist, and I think her summary of this situation speaks how most of us are feeling. So this is what Melissa had to say. She said, Mohamed Salah can't be replaced in the algorithm. There is no younger version of him. He is him. What he's done and continues to do can't be filtered down to his shot map, goal contributions or such. His availability, his appetite to better challenge himself, his physical conditioning and his mental fortitude, what would all of that cost in today's market? This is not sentiment, it's reality. Liverpool rely on Salah, he is their banker, he remains the reference point. Liverpool have to be financially savvy, consider future squad planning and the age profile of the team, but if you're going to bet on anybody, bet on the man who has done it over and over and over again, who prides himself on making extraordinary the norm. PSA, no offer doesn't mean no negotiations. A formal offer is only generally made when terms have been agreed. Salah wants to stay, Liverpool want to keep him, and there's some compromising to be done from both sides. I think Melissa summarised it all very well there. David Ornstein has also come out and said he thinks an agreement will be reached eventually for what it's worth. David Lynch feels confident enough on it as well. But I can't help but feel that this is again a case of it being embarrassing. That we are now here with our standard bearer coming out and having to force the issue that he wants to stay. No Liverpool fan wants to hear the words, I'm probably more out than in, from Mohamed Salah, because he wants to stay. You can see it in him. You can see it when he plays. He understands where he is. He understands he's idolised, and he still has unfinished business in the Premier League and with the record books at Liverpool. And nobody is saying just throw everything at Mohamed Salah and give him anything that he wants. But be respectful and acknowledge what we have, which is greatness. So that's my take on it. I agree very much with most of the sentiment that's been shared by everybody today. Get it done. But one thing that I do have to speak up on is Jamie Carragher, Sky Sports Premier League, saying, I'm very disappointed with Mo Salah. Not impressed that Mohamed Salah did that interview after the Southampton game. I would respectfully say to Jamie Carragher that if he's disappointed with anybody, be disappointed with the owners of the football club, or Richard Hughes, or Michael Edwards, or the people who have allowed this situation once again to become a big issue, a huge talking point, an embarrassment to the football club. They're the people that I think he or Liverpool fans should be feeling frustrated at. Because we haven't heard what Trent wants to do yet, but we have heard from Virgil and Mo that they want to be here, but it's not in their hands. It is embarrassing and they deserve better. I don't know what the situation is. I don't know what's taken so long. But I know that they can't do any more on the pitch. So is it worth taking the risk? Is it worth going into January? Is it worth maybe losing them? Because you're not going to replace them. You're not going to get the same performances. You're not going to be able to attract the same people having them at the club. Just get it done and stop embarrassing us. On top of that, there's some more stuff around the game coming up as well with Real Madrid. Vinicius Jr. is injured and won't be available for Madrid. Initially, my first thoughts on this were, oh, that's good. No Vinny Jr., that's a big loss for Madrid. Then I remembered that they'll probably replace him on the left side of the attack with Kylian Mbappe. So that got me thinking, who do we want at right back if Trent isn't available? I'm going to say Joe Gomez, because I don't want, if it does go tits up on the left side, I don't want Conor Bradley having to learn those lessons. I think the polished Joe Gomez is probably a bit of a better bet there. But of course, would love to know your thoughts on it. Then there's a couple of reports around Martin Zubimendi that have come out over the last 24 hours. I'll start off with the one that came from the Madrid-centric side that said that Real Madrid are very much looking at Martin Zubimendi as a player that they want to bring in. And again, this got me thinking about trying to join all these dots together. So remember a few weeks ago, there were some stories to say that Liverpool were interested in Aurelien Tchouameni. And I said, I don't know if those are true. I feel like that's probably been put out from Madrid as they're trying to invite offers for him. It's easy to link us to Tchouameni because we were in for him in the past, but new manager, new desire for what we need in the number 6 position probably means our interest isn't there. So then you see the news that they want Zubimendi. And then you start thinking, so Zubimendi's at Sociedad. Who else used to play for Sociedad that perhaps might be arriving into Madrid next year? Yep, Xabi Alonso, the guy that Martin Zubimendi idolised growing up, that may come in as manager. And I wonder if we are going to lose out once again to Real Madrid there, because as David Lynch said when we spoke earlier on, they've been stealing our homework quite a bit. And if we are to move for him, it surely has to be in January, because if Madrid get in his head and he kicks on to the summer, I don't know if we're going to be in that race. So if we are going to move for Zubimendi in any way, surely it's got to be in January. And on top of that, Fikar Hayes, who again, I would say take this with a huge pinch of salt, has said Zubimendi has decided to leave Real Sociedad in January. Sociedad are now helpless. He had regrets not leaving in the summer. Liverpool are confident to sign Zubimendi in January. I very, very much hope that's the case, but I'm not going to be holding my breath. If Liverpool do bring in Zubimendi in January, happy days. Get the contract sorted out. And to me, we're pretty much sorted till the summer, where maybe we have to then look at the left-back situation and a few other positions. On top of that, there's been some other bits and pieces doing the rounds today. I don't know if you've seen this, but Fabio Carvalho's father was apparently commenting on a post on Brentford's game recently where they drew 0 with Everton. And underneath the post, he wrote in Portuguese, "Son, you have to leave this club." So I don't know if he's regretting that move there, because he hasn't really gotten much game time at Brentford since he's moved. So that is pretty much where we're at, my friends. No real news with regards to Liverpool and other signings or other players, but again, massive week ahead. Manchester City coming up on Sunday in the league, and then away to Newcastle. If we can get through these games and take 4 or 6 points, I'm going to be very optimistic about our title chances. So, of course, as I mentioned, we will be back here on Wednesday for the massive game against Madrid, starting from 6:45 p.m. Let us know your thoughts in the comment section on the whole Mohamed Salah and Virgil situation, and of course on Trent as well. One last thing. Remember Trent was filming and we were all wondering what it was? It was a Google Pixel thing that he was filming, because of course Google Pixel, one of Liverpool's corporate partners, so it was something there. So it isn't about a contract or anything, unfortunately, but just want to clear that up as well, because I only found out about it a while ago. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for watching. I'll catch up with you soon. Preview it in the morning and then a news video tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.